Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nighttime. My name is Emily Aaron, and I am joined by my amazing co-host, Camden Mowery. And today we have a fun-filled show with many surprises for you guys. Let's find out which HTF member knows more about baseball and softball. But before we get into the show, I do want to say a few words on behalf of the tragic death of UCF alum Dylan Lyons. Dylan was born and raised in Philadelphia and soon moved to Orlando to make a name for himself in the TV industry. He was successful in doing so since he was a news reporter for Spectrum News 13. HTF is with the Lyons family during this devastating time. This is a message to spread love to one another and to take care of each other. With love from all of us here at HTF, Nighttime starts now.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated chance, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, now I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our 7th episode of Nighttime. That means we're over halfway done because I believe we only get 12 or 13 of these things. As you've heard, I am joined by the wonderful, the amazing Emily Aaron. And over there at the Combine setup, we've got Johnny Jackson and Nate Marrera. How you boys doing over there?
Doing all right, man. How about yourself?
No, it's great to be sat next to Nate. Where we're not saying mean things to umpires at softball games.
Yeah.
Is that like your guys' what you guys do in life? Like you just go to the softball games, you're like, Jerry, curse you.
No, like I go and cheer for the team. He's the one. Well, he cheers for the team too, but he's roasting the heck out of the umpires.
As
it's
a
funny.
professional amateur
Right.
youth umpire, I feel like it's my job to tell them when they're having a bad game.
Johnny, you've been doing this for years now. I'm pretty sure you get the right to do that. So let's go ahead and get into this. We've got UCF baseball going on here. Emily, why don't you take it away and let us know what happened in our opening weekend?
Alrighty, well, we're going to start with our 3-game series versus Siena. We did win Game 1, 22-5, and Ben McCabe hit 3 home runs. In Game 2, we won 2-1, and Game 3, we won 11-1. So, boys on the couch, what do you have to basically conclude over this 3-game series? We did know going into this, when we foreshadowed the game series a little bit, we understood that this would probably be a win for us, and we ended up being correct. So what do you think we learned from this game? What do you think will encourage us to move further in the season, and what do you think we can learn?
Oh, well, Ben McKay being healthy is huge. He had Tommy John surgery, I believe, during the summer, and then, the 3 home run game against Siena on Friday, that's going to be, if he can keep on producing like that, like the offense is going to be a problem for opposing pitchers.
Yeah, no, he definitely played a lot of first base and DH last year. So seeing him come into his own and being our starting catcher, it's great to see how dynamic his game is. I mean, he hit 3 homers in a night. Shout out Steven Scotch for really, talking about him a lot. But I mean, this UCF baseball team is fun. College baseball is back. It's a great time just hearing all of the vibes of college baseball. I mean, we've got a good team. I think we're going to be better than we were last year. Obviously, tough loss against FAU, but our baseball team really is in the right spot. Cam Leiter has looked incredible on Saturday. He's slated to be our Saturday starter for this season. He's a freshman. He's a young guy. He walked the leadoff guy, I think 3 or 4 times on Saturday, but still was able to get out of it. Anytime you can walk 3 or 4 leadoff batters and only give up, and have the final score of the game be 2-1 UCF, we're in a good spot.
Yeah, and for Leiter, that's normal. He's a freshman. You're going to have your jitters, and he's going to calm down as the season goes. And Ben Vespi, once he gets healthy, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Because he'll have, if Stagliano continues to pitch, how he pitched on Sunday, 5 innings, I think he only gave 3 hits, and he struck out 7. He was nasty. So it'll be interesting to see how the rotation plays out once Vespi is fully healthy and ready to go.
So, Nate, you wanted to talk about...
No. He got into a little bit of trouble in the first inning, but then he just settle down and just shut out Siena. And they were, they only gave up 1 run that game. So, I mean, if their pitching can keep on combined with what they did like on Friday and Sunday with their offense, if they can continue to do that, that's a recipe for success.
Hitting also doing some favors for the Knights. Juan, I know you want to talk about Brady Shannon, right? Maybe a little comparison.
Yeah, so, the Shannons hit bombs. We got Brady Shannon for baseball freshman who may be a better quarterback than a baseball player. Maybe he gets some advice from JRP on the football side of things. Coach Gus, help us out here. But also, Shannon Doherty is an absolute unit, playing first base, hitting bombs. I know the game last night wasn't her best offensive performance, but still, these are two, Shannon Doherty is really leading this team, a leader on that UCF Knights softball team. And Brady Shannon is this exciting young freshman who hits the ball all over the yard, hit a walk-off homer. I mean, what more can you ask for from an opening weekend than a sweep and 2 walk-off wins?
They are some dogs. So let's go ahead and get to the softball team. Baseball does play Clemson over the weekend. Should be a tough matchup. Let's go to softball, though. So, Johnny, you weren't at the game last time, but you were listening on the radio. Walk us through what happened there in that 6th and 7th inning.
Oh, man. So I feel like all season, UCF softball has been one adjustment away from really taking off. They're a better team than what they've showed so far. And, a real spark plug for this team has been Savannah Adams. Came into Clearwater. Her first 3 appearances were off the bench. She was 4 for 4, and then now she started every game since then. She's been such a dynamic spark plug for this club, playing DP. Hasn't really played the field a lot, but she's been mashing the softball, hitting the ball all over the yard, hit another home run last night against Stetson. And, it was kind of just that kind of late inning collapse that we've seen a couple times. Caitlin Felton got us through 6 1/3, but it just, we were having trouble closing out games, and they are a better team than what they've showed. They went to extra innings twice in Clearwater against ranked opponents. If anyone in their right mind thinks Jasmine Williams left early against Duke, they're out of their mind. I don't know how you call that as an umpire in a D1 collegiate softball game in extra innings. No one likes extra innings, but if you're there, you call it correctly. You call it on the field. There's no way on God's green earth that Jazz left early. That's a terrible call, a call you cannot make in that moment. And, it just, I hate to place the blame on officials, but I really do feel like they're just one swing away in general. They've got the transfer junior right fielder, Chloe Evans from Minnesota. She's been absolutely electric. Walk-off home run against Boise State. She's hitting the ball everywhere. She's a spark plug, making plays in right field. I mean, this team is really good. They're really good. They're so good. I'm telling you, they just need one big hit, one big defensive play, and they're going to go on an incredible run and be better than last year's team ever was.
Yeah, and it's 3 one-run losses, 2 of them to ranked teams. So, I mean, they're close. It's not like they're getting blown out by anyone. Right. So they're just maybe a better outing from their pitching, maybe 1 hit away. And once they get that figured out, they're going to be okay.
Even Texas A&M, I know the score said 7-0. It was 2-0 until the 6th inning, and then the same girl hit 2 home runs. At some point, you got to tip your cap. But these games are so much closer, and I know it's difficult for a very young pitching staff to take over for 2 senior pitchers, especially Gianna Mancha, who's now a professional softball player. It's very hard. It's a lot to ask, especially because we had Jada Cody come in on Monday talking about how a lot of these catchers besides her are brand new to catching, period. So for them to kind of make that transition at the collegiate level, at the D1 level, at a top 25 program, that's a big jump. And we're 2 weeks into the season and we're already playing great games against some of the best opponents in the country. This softball team is going to go off. It's only a matter of time. They play 2 games. We're recording this on Thursday. They play 2 games tonight, albeit both. I'm looking forward to another exciting game. This is the best team on campus. It's the most exciting team on campus. If you have not been to the Plex, get to the Plex now.
And not having Ashley Griffin behind the plate hurting them too, because she was pivotal during their run. So once she gets behind the plate, that'll be a huge boost as well.
Right. I definitely think that we are starting to rebuild our softball team again after all of our fabulous players have left. But it is now time to get into one of our new segments. Very fun and exciting, and I'm so happy that we are able to do this almost every show now. So let's get into it. It is going to be a trivia on our softball and baseball teams. So All three of you have 3 little cards that I made because we couldn't find whiteboards, so bear with me. It is going to be A, B, or C, and I'm going to ask the question, then each one of you will answer on the count of 3, and we'll flip at the same time. Alrighty, so we'll start with number 1. How many pitchers does the UCF baseball team have returning for the 2023 season? A, 10, B, 12, or C, 9? On the count of 3, everyone's going to flip. 1, 2, 3.
I think I might need to go back to academic integrity because I just copied Nate's answer.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Well, you guys are all wrong.
Oh,
The
geez.
answer was 12, not 9.
Return. Wow. That even though
Isn't that
3 of them
crazy?
graduated?
Right.
Or
All right,
the 2
we
got
are
drafted.
moving
Shout
on
out Zach
to
Bennett.
number
That stash
2.
is something else.
Number 2. Which 2 players are tied for the all-time leader in home runs? A, D. Brown and Jeremy Frost. B, Ryan Thomas and Chris Duffy. Or C, Chris Duffy and Bobby Kaiser. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, I feel like you guys are cheating. You guys say the same answers every time.
Yeah, Ben
All right.
McCabe is also like only 11 off.
He's like 6 off.
He's only 6 off. He hit 14 last year. It's going to be Ben McCabe soon.
Well,
Gonna be him soon.
the right answer is C, Chris Duffy and Bobby Kaiser.
It's actually D for Ben McCabe in like 3 weeks.
They have 43 home runs each. So
This is not great.
here we go. Number 3. Hopefully you guys can get this one.
Oh, I was here for this game.
Softball season high in
Okay,
runs
this is-
in a game this year is 9. Against what opponent did softball score their season high in runs? You guys all go to the games. You should know this.
Give me Boise State. It's not
1,
even close.
2,
Walk-off home run.
3.
Chloe
A, B, or
Evans.
C?
Chloe Evans is her. She's her.
All
She
right,
hit
so
the
it's
home run
either
for
A,
Doug's
Missouri,
birthday.
B, Boise State, C, Michigan. The answer is B, Boise State.
Shout out Chloe Evans. Happy birthday present to Doug. Hitting a walk-off home run so we could all go home and go to bed.
Alrighty, and last but not least, question number 4. Who is UCF softball's all-time leader in home runs? A, Jasmine Esperanza, B, Stephanie Best, or C, Georgia Blair? 1, 2, 3. And the correct answer is B, Stephanie Best.
Could be
with
Jada Cody soon.
71.
Yeah, Stephanie Best is like all-time great status.
You definitely did give us the answer there.
Right. Well, if you caught on, never mind. I'm not going to tell you how you know which answers are right. Alrighty. So, unfortunately, that is all the time left we have for this segment. But we are going to throw it to my nightlight. Tricked ya. Not Camden's this time. We switched it. So, when we come back, my nightlight player is somebody on one of the 2 teams we were just talking about. And you know what? That's all I'm going to leave you to it. So when we come back from this commercial break, let's see if you can figure out who my nightlight player is.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hitting the Field Network. I'm your main show host, Dominic Moeller, and this is just a little PSA to come check out our network. We have shows for all your favorite interests, sporting needs, or really anything if you're interested in the world of sports. Of course, our first show is The Combine with Cameron Forcier and Isaiah Deonda Delgado. It's more of a laid-back podcast-type beat. But next is the main show. The best show ever created, the best show ever engineered, pioneered, with me, this pretty face on your screen, this handsome fellow. Going to be talking about mainly the main things of the wide world of sports. And then on Thursdays, we have Nighttime with the lovely Emily Aaron and the handsome and dashing Camden Mowery. Then right after, for all you gambling addicts out there, I hope you viewers aren't gambling addicts as much as some of the other people in Hitting the Field. We have Hitting the Field bets with Riley Shepard, Jeffrey Laux, and Waluka Costa. And then we switch it up. We don't always do shows. We like to do a little bit of interviews too. We do interviews with a lot of sports athletes, such as Corey Marksman, that I did. Shout out Dominic Moeller right here, this guy. And then, of course, Kristen Scott with Camden Mowery. And we have more coming in the works. We're always innovating and thinking on our feet. But if you want to join us, be sure to DM Hitting the Field on all social media platforms and networks as well, because we're open to anybody to come through and just check out the program. But be sure to tune in, as Hitting the Field will be seeing you very shortly. Take care.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. If you haven't guessed my nightlight player, it is the one, the only Jada Cody, who was just on our show not too long ago for a lovely interview that she did, and it was fabulous. She is a softball player, and she's a junior, and last year she was named first team All-American by D1 Softball. Now, if that's not a title, I don't know what is, but let's throw it over to segment 2. This is so weird. I never do segment 2 intro. And let's throw it over to Andrew Montana and the beautiful Lexi Zolo over on the couch. How are you guys doing?
Doing so great. Thanks for asking, Emily.
I'm doing great too. Camden, please don't interrupt. I just want to do better than Johnny and Nate's record in trivia.
Right.
Thank you, Camden. You're very gorgeous.
I can't.
Sorry. We are starting with men's.
I'm going to go over to Lexi over there because men's tennis lost to Miami, kind of got beat in a little bit. And I know you want to talk about the Miami game, so go off, girl.
You know, I did kind of call it last week when I was talking about it. I knew Miami was a really good team, and unfortunately we lost 4-0. But something I wanted to point out is my spotlight player, Leighton Cronje. He won his singles set. He was playing against Martin Katz, ranked 21st in the nation, which is unbelievable that he beat a top 25 player. And not only that, him and the dynamic duo, him and Pavel, they won their first set. They won their doubles match together, which was amazing. But unfortunately, we lost the second and third match, but it doesn't matter because our dynamic duo still carried, as they always do. But yeah, next week we're actually playing UNF, which I am so confident we are going to win this game because every time we've played UNF, we have won for the last 5 years. So I see us taking home the win, and I am confident as well because when UNF played Miami, they lost 7-0. So we only lost 4-0. So I see some confidence for us, but I know. Our game with Florida State is the following day, and I'm a little worried about that because Florida State right now is ranked number 9, which that's pretty good, but I'm just going to go in with some good hope. Maybe we will have some confidence because I'm positive we're going to win the UNF game, so maybe we'll have like a good, momentum built up. But yeah, I'm hoping to see that.
100%. I completely agree with you, Lexi. I definitely think North Florida is going to be an easy win for us. We've won every single time. Florida State, though, like you said, I'm a little nervous. We did lose to them last time, and I'm just going to be hopeful, and hopefully we keep that high off of that win we're going to get from UNF, and it just rolls right into the FSU game, and we beat them. So we are going to throw it over to Andrew. He's going to talk a little bit about women's tennis. So, Andrew, what do we have to say about our women's tennis team?
So this last week was a little bit troublesome for our women's tennis team. We lost against number 15 Vanderbilt 4-1 last Friday, and we lost to number 24 Tennessee, who on the graphic is going to say 22, but since then they've been knocked down to 24. We lost 4-3 against them on Sunday. But luckily for us, we don't just have Marie Mattel to take the workload. We also have Noelle Saidanova, a 5'11" sophomore from St. Petersburg, Russia. She's been killing it. And not only does she have great recognition on the UCF team, but she has 12 European event wins, 27 total tournament wins. And thank you to Stetson for letting her also take the load against Stetson alongside Marie Mattel, once again, our team captain. She has been ranked as high as number 45 in national adult rank and as high as 4th in national youth rank, if I'm not mistaken. Imagine being a 14-year-old and there's only three other people better than you in the nation. Like, that's insane. That's insane. And she also won AAC Player of the Week last season. And alongside her is another great superstar in the making, Sophia Bolle, our 5'5" sophomore out of, excuse me if I mispronounce it, Reims, France. She has also been eating up opposition this season, 9-5 in singles games as a freshman, 17-5 in doubles games as a freshman, and she's never lost to LSU. Go Tigers. Yeah, shut up. And 6-1 record against FIU, and she cooked Tennessee's Catherine Ayula. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but cooked Tennessee. She did her thing. Unfortunately, we weren't able to come out with the win, but these two players, obviously, as well as Marie Mattel, all did their thing. Great trio right there.
I know, I keep looking at you like just let them talk because they have all the info.
Well, Lexi, you're going to stick around because you're going to be on for our next segment. Thank you, Adrian Montana, for making your graphics the right format. Let's go ahead and get my highlight, which is a player on the men's basketball team returning from injury onto my hamburgers. That's all I'll give you. Because when we come back from break, I'll tell you who it is. Final segment of episode 7 of Nighttime. If you did not get to my highlight was over break, maybe you should check out the men's basketball team who just fell to USF last night. That's sad. But Michael Durr, cool guy, catcher for USF, and then lost to USF last night. That's unfortunate. But since returning from injury, he's been getting some boards, getting some points, which we really need because offensive rebound and defensive rebound has been terrible. Let's go over to Doug and Lexi over on the couch. How y'all feeling over there?
Doing great. Ready to talk some basketball.
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be back.
It's good to have you both. I think this was the same group we had on last week for basketball, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was.
It was.
So let's go ahead and get into it. What is new with women's basketball, Lexi? Tell me you want to see this.
I know. I mean, our women's basketball, we played ECU, and we lost in a close game, unfortunately. But, I mean, this game really stood out to me because in the fourth quarter, we were up 9 points in the last 4 minutes. And then with 2 minutes to go, we had 5 turnovers. I mean, it costed us the whole game. It was so unfortunate, which I'm so sad about that. But it was bad as well because we had 24 turnovers and ECU only had 15, which yikes. But on a positive note, Destiny Thomas scored her 11th double-double of the season, which is always great. I mean, without her, I feel like we would be not as good as we are. But for ECU being ranked second in the conference, I feel like our performance was pretty good. It was a close game. You know, it wasn't like we got killed at least. But, yeah.
Well, I know you wanted to bring up one of the girls on that team too, didn't you?
Yes. Well, it's nice to finally get back in the win column after a 3-game losing streak. But I did want to touch on Anzani Hutton. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. But in this game against Temple, she was by far our best player. She ended with a double-double, shooting 50% from the field. She finished with 17 points and 11 rebounds. And she was the only player on our team to score in double digits. Like, she had a phenomenal game and carried our team to that win.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, sorry. But I know in that game against Temple, we won, but I know that our coach was still not the happiest with our performance because she feels like we could have done a lot better. And without us making those free throws towards the end, we wouldn't have gotten the game.
All right, so let's move on to men's. We have lost 3 games in a row in not really the best fashion, right? I mean, we kind of had this thing go on. What's going on, Doug? Why are we losing close games in men's basketball?
I don't even know. At first it was because Michael Durr was out and rebounding was killing us at the end of games. But now he's back and we're still losing by 1 possession. I don't understand why we just can't close out a game. We'll like start the second half down like 10, close the gap, make it a 1-possession game, and then we'll let the other team go on a little run in the last 2 minutes. I don't know what's going on. Ithiel Horton and Taylor Hendricks are the only 2 players that look like they care to win out on the court. Looks like the rest of the team just wants to get to the Big 12, just wants to start over from next season, and Dawkins has to go.
Right, I completely agree with you, Doug. But what I kind of like agree and disagree on, I want to see a little more from Michael Durr. I know that he was out and because of his hand and whatnot, but he's back in. I want to see how he's going to play. and I'm not seeing good things, and I wish we could see a little more. Yes. Now, he did just come from surgery and whatnot, and he's recovering, but I really want to, he was such an asset. We got him from USF. It was a big deal, all this stuff. But where is his star mentality? I have no idea, and I want to see it. And maybe this will help us win a few more games, because losing 3 in a row kind of stinks.
Are you ready for this, Emily? You ready for what we're doing here?
I'm so ready. I'm so excited.
We've been preparing this for about a couple days now, Ezra. You can go ahead and do the thing. Doug, pull that thing up on your laptop, because we have a video that we need you to watch. But first and foremost, you have to do something new that we're introducing. Go ahead and put that item on your nose. Go ahead, go over to Doug. Doug, go ahead and click on that video, because let's see what's going on with our Primetime Pick last week.
Well, the first reason, Cocaine Bear is
I like
releasing
this.
soon, and that's just the one of the signs pointing to why it's going to be a bear down this weekend.
What?
But
That's the dumbest thing you've ever said. I'm so sorry.
We're going with
Excuse
Rock
you?
Chalk Jayhawk, aren't we,
no,
Lexi?
listen. Baylor won earlier in the year, and they're going to win again.
So, let's look at the reactor, Doug. It is now on you. Your punishment is you now have to give us about a 30-second to a 1-minute apology on why you picked Baylor with the condoms on. Take it away, bud.
I don't know what to say. If it wasn't for, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the Kansas believers out there. So I'm sorry, Noah, for doubting your team. That they may go back to back. I don't know. It looked like Baylor had a chance to win. They're up 13 in the first half and completely ruined me. With I don't know. I'm embarrassed.
So that's the thing, Doug. They were up by 15 plus in the first half. What happened? Come on, Doug. The Bears, what's going on?
I don't know. I was ready for a bear down weekend, and if it wasn't for the greatest second half of basketball ever played in college basketball, I would have been celebrating, but no.
Oh, Dougie.
You told me to do that in a game sometimes. So while we're doing our next Primetime Pick, I want you to keep the nose out because it's beautiful. So
Yes.
new game, Texas versus Baylor. I think Texas going to the Final Four. Baylor's coming off of back-to-back losses, which does not make sense. I'm going with Baylor. So is Doug. Why are we going with Baylor, Doug? What's going on?
Not again.
Well, Baylor can't let me down twice in back-to-back weeks, right?
They will.
Or can they?
They actually might. I don't know. So Texas beat them earlier in the year. Baylor's going to bounce back and get that victory back. Baylor is 13-2 at home, and that's where they're playing. They're going to Baylor's house. Baylor's going to beat Texas. Texas is only 4-4 on the road this year. I don't think they're going to pull off this one.
Now, Emily, Lexi, you both are going with Texas. You are going with the Longhorns. Longhorns always bite me. Why are you not going with Texas?
I mean, Texas is ranked higher, and last time we played Baylor, we won. So why wouldn't we win again? So I'm just hoping we will.
Emily, you're going with Texas as well. You want the Longhorns to win, huh?
Yes, it's the obvious choice. And let's be honest, I win basically every week. So if you're picking on my team, which is Texas this week, I can guarantee you a win. So you're welcome, Lexi. Welcome
Yep.
to the winners.
The girls are teaming up
The
together
girls
this
are teaming
time.
up against the boys. But I'm taking Texas because Baylor just came off of a loss. We're going to beat them, just like Lexi said. This is going to be easy, 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 easy. So.
We need to get you voted that because you see what happened when Doug said Bear Down Weekend.
Listen, for our Clowning You segment, if it is me, I don't care. I will wear the nose loud and proud, but I'm not. It's going to be Doug again, so we're going to have deja vu up in here.
I don't like this.
Primetime Picks, wherever you want to go off. I'm going with Baylor because LJ Crowder, I think the freshman also, I believe it's probably George, is going to be able to take this team over the top of Texas, and they're getting the tourney time. Let's go, Baylor. Thank you all so much for joining the show. I do want to make an announcement. Lenny Glass has been promoted to the assistant producer of KnightTime.
Woo! We love Maddie!
All the work she does on the show is being recognized, and I can't wait to see what she continues to do. So, that has been KnightTime episode 7. I have been Camden Mowery. That has been Aaron. Thank you to everybody who has joined. We will be back next Thursday, same place, same time. Thanks for watching.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings